Welcome to the channel, everyone. Today I'm going to be working on the 2500 HD. I've got some LED taillights for this thing. Of course they are in the black, but yeah, I actually don't mind the styling of these or of this generation Silverado. The taillights are actually pretty nice, but LED is always a good option to upgrade to. So that's what I'm going to do today. I guess I'll show you what I got. Okay, so here's what I picked up. Like I said, it's a black taillight. It is not smoked. It is clear with actually a black housing, but a lot of the smoked, well actually I think all the smoked taillights you're gonna find, they won't be street legal. You can see this one is DOT stamped right there, and that DOT stamp right there is what you're gonna need to be street legal. You know, if someone stops you, please stop you, and your taillight stamped DOT, it's street legal. So there's nothing they can do about me running these black taillights. But anyway, that's that. Also got some JDM A-Star backup bulbs. I'll have links to all this stuff like I normally do, guys. I'll link everything that I'm using here. Okay guys, so the install of these taillights isn't that difficult. There's two screws that hold these on. And I don't think these have ever been off, so they're gonna fight me here. GM's held their taillights on this way since since the 80s. Maybe even further back than that, but what I've dealt with anyway. Okay, so once that's done, your taillight's still going to be held in with two pins on the side here. So you kind of got to give it a pull, and you'll hear it snap out like that. And then they sure got these harnesses tight. There ain't much room at all. But you got to take the harness and twist them and pull out your bulbs. There's 3 of them here. The center one is the backup bulb. There's a little clip. There's a clip right here holding the harness to the light, so make sure you get that. So I'm going to unplug all my bulbs because you're not going to need any of these bulbs now. And you could leave the backup bulb if you're not going to go to LED like I am. But I'm going to convert mine to LED. And like I said in the past, anytime you unplug a connector, it's always good to put dielectric grease in every electrical connection you have, because that's going to stop corrosion from happening. and you're going to be much happier, especially where they put salt and chemicals on the road in the wintertime. Got a little bit of prep work we got to do now, because I've already installed the other side, and you're going to have to transfer the little clips for the mounts right here. These clips for some reason don't fit the factory screws, so you got to pull these off. You got to go to your old light, pull them off of your old light, transfer them onto your new light. And then you've got to take these off. These are the clips that go into the body of the truck. I mean, you can use the new ones here. I'm guessing the factory ones are better than these aftermarket ones. So I'm choosing to leave my factory ones in there. And I'm going to pull these ones off for the aftermarket lights. Okay, so these are proven to be fairly difficult to get out. I've been pulling on them with my pliers and then using the screwdriver to actually pop them out. But they don't want to come off. One other thing I'm going to do off camera is I'm going to go in here and spray this down with fluid film. I've been doing slowly every time I take something off of my truck here. I've been fluid filming everything. Again, up here in Wisconsin, where they spray the roads with nasty chemicals and salt. Fluid film is your friend, especially, I mean, this truck is mint condition, no rust out, hardly any surface rust on this thing. So I'm going to take a little bit of time, fluid film everything up back here so it stays that way. Okay, so you've got three places where plugs can go. You're only going to use two on these taillights. They send you this plug right here that I'm using on the bottom one here. So I'm going to plug this one off, and I'm going to use the reverse light right here and this plug in right here to run the light. The weird thing is this plug they have, the top comes off. So I'm going to go over and take my solder gun, and I'm going to melt the plastic so it doesn't come out, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've got that edges melted on this so they don't come off anymore. I filled this plug in with dielectric grease, and now I'm going to install this. On there, twist it. So theoretically that should be nice and sealed. Now I'm going to work with these two plugs to, might as well do it right now. I'm going to fill this with dielectric grease. I'm going to get my LED bulb. I'm going to get that plugged in. Along with the grease keeping the corrosion out, it also allows your bulbs to plug in a lot easier. Unplug and plug in easier. I'll go and test it. Okay, so I gotta switch the, let's see, the bulb didn't come on, so I gotta take it out. Take it out here, and I gotta rotate it 180 degrees And there you go, you can see it, it's working now. So always want to test that, guys. Some of these LED bulbs are polarity sensitive, they call that. So the negative and the positive has to be in the right spot. Okay, so now I'm ready to get this light in place. And I got a mess of dielectric grease right here. That's the thing of it, it's the dielectric grease is kind of messy. But, you know, do you want a mess or do you want a corrosion problem? I'll take a mess any day. So when you're plugging this light in, you got to make sure that the black wire on your plug, on your light, matches up with the black wire or the ground on the plug from the truck. So usually, you know, it's on one side. So you take that and you match them up. And that should be where it needs to be. So now we gotta roll all this wire inside the light. Because that's how these work, they plug inside the light. And this side actually is fitting better than the other side for some reason, but you got to kind of look at the locks on the plugs, and you kind of got to play with it until they all line up, guys. That's just the way it is with this aftermarket stuff. And that was a bit of a struggle, let me tell you. You gotta line up your pins on the side. Make sure they're seated in good. Really, you probably should test your lights before you screw them on like that, but I'm pretty sure that I've got everything right. So that's pretty much it on the install. Just sitting here, I really like the look of this. That black taillight. First impressions on this is the fit is not quite as nice as the OEM. There's a little bit of a it's not level around the edge there. But it is what it is, guys. If you want LED taillights on this generation truck, your aftermarket is the only way to get that. So I'm not going to whine about it because, like I said, it is what it is. Aftermarket is what it is. If you don't want to compromise a little bit, I've said it many times before, you better stick with the OEM stuff. But I'm happy with this. We'll turn them on there. Those backup lights are crazy bright. Love those things. But you can see there's a little LED on the side here to keep you legal. Of course, the red there. And hopefully, you can see how they get brighter. That's the whole thing is going to get brighter with your turn signals and your brake and stuff like that. So maybe I'll put the four ways on and show you what that looks like. And so there's the four ways going. And like LED lights should be, it's bright. I don't know if you can see the whole thing lights up, and a lot of the LED lights that are out there, like part of it will light up and stuff like that, and that's not what I wanted. I wanted this style. So it wasn't real easy to find really what I wanted, but we'll see. We'll run these for a while, and then if I don't like them, I'll change them out. So one other tip I found out when I installed these guys is I was testing my brake lights, to make sure everything worked. And on this truck, your brake lights don't work unless you turn your switch on. So at first I thought I blowed a fuse or something like that, and I was kind of looking all over, but finally figured out that these brake lights don't work unless your switch is on, which is odd to me because all the older stuff that I've had, the brake lights have always worked all the time. You can go in there and just push them, but just be aware of that so you don't try to find a problem that you don't have. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Really liking the looks of these. I think I'm going to enjoy these a lot better than the factory red ones. For now, anyway. I'll probably get this thing out, get some pictures so you can see it outside in the shop. I'm kind of limited on space, how far back I can get and stuff like that. So that's going to do it, guys, for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'll see you.